Previously in X-Men. Disclaimer. The opinions expressed about a particular guest penciler's work do not necessarily represent those of this show, channel, guest past, present, future, or the creators. While beauty is subjective, we understand that craft is not. But let's enjoy our time and keep it positive. I am Jason Lapidus.
I'm Chris Sanigan.
And we are Group of Seven Comics. Welcome to episode 184 of our ongoing read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic, as we read Uncanny X-Men 245 by Chris Claremont, Rob Liefeld, and Dan Green. Cover date of June 1989. Chris, how are you?
I am doing well, thanks. I'm doing good. I have a lot of questions.
Well, before we get to your questions, let's introduce our very special guest tonight, who I'm very happy that he is here. Let's enter into the stage. Artist David Cutler. David, how you doing, man?
I'm wonderful, guys. It's so fun to be here. It's
Welcome
so great
back.
to be here. Yeah, it's been a long time since I was here for Teen Titans X-Men.
Is it the last one?
Yeah. So whenever that was, 100 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad
and actually,
you're here.
You're our first guest in a while, I think, Jason. Is that?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I do not actively seek out guests. So if people like David reach out and said, "Oh, an issue, I got to get on,"
That's right.
Or however it is you said it over text. You did not do this with your fingers. You didn't use that voice necessarily.
I'm sure I did, but I'm just regretting it slightly. But just the choice of issue. But we'll see. I still haven't read this, so again, anyway.
Explain why you are jokingly or not jokingly regretting it for this issue?
Because I am a Liefeld fan, a Liefeld defender, but this is very early days. So it's I hadn't looked at this issue in a long time, since the pandemic when I did my full Claremont read-through. And it's a little rougher than I remembered, even for Liefeld, who can be, he's not the most like craft type guy. He's not the most, what's the word?
You can use whatever word you want for it. I mean,
he doesn't have the science down.
Sure.
Yeah, but
that's I think one of the joys of it, though, is that he impacted so many people positively. There were so many people who were really magnetized by his work, and he has like a generation, like a legion of fans. And with that, there are a legion of people who are anti or whatever. And Chris and I don't necessarily align on everything. I've tried to, over the years of getting into comics and starting to make comics and meeting lots of makers, I've tried to figure out like how I want to say it that isn't as judgmental as like my shoot from the hip answer for things, like, because I recognize, like I said on the disclaimer, that beauty is subjective, and it's actually better that we're just reading comics and enjoying it. And if I'm not into his craft, it's like it works on me or it doesn't. And he's one of those guys. It doesn't hit me, and that's totally fine. So my last issue of Amazing Spider-Man might have been, his annual that he did, which there we go. That's you, which is awesome. I'll get to it after. He did an issue of Amazing Spider-Man, did an annual, and like one of, his arrival in Marvel was one of the things that just it didn't work on me, or didn't work for me. So that's fine, totally fine.
I'm more interested in like the phenomenon of it.
Yeah.
And these points in time that may be divisive subjectively, but to your point, Jason, like generationally inspirational for whatever reasons, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And he's also really young, right? Isn't he really young when he breaks in?
Right.
But,
so
by young, I mean like 21 or however.
Even
very, very
even younger. So he's already doing work for a smaller, now defunct publisher like Megaton, like early. when he's a teenager. And he basically takes his portfolio to San Francisco to a convention, gets in front of both Marvel and DC editors who are there at these conventions, and gets himself some work. And he's on some early DC stuff and gets in front of a lot of eyes doing Hawk and Dove miniseries. And he gets over to Marvel and does an issue, like I said, he does pencils in Amazing Spider-Man Annual, and he does an issue of X Factor. And then he does this fill-in issue on X-Men. So he's getting really exciting chances early on in his early 20s.
Yeah.
And it is a neat thing. And like, I really am like make an effort now as an adult to like see the things that are exciting for young readers, like to find those elements in his work that people are grabbing onto, so the guys I think that he was looking at, the George Perez, Art Adams, Michael Golden, like certain elements and lines and shapes he's pulling from that I was interested in too. And I'm seeing sort of those echoes in some of his early work. And I find that really fun. And some things work and some things don't. And I will definitely, when we get to the cover, I'll talk about that for a minute. I'll give my like a critical point of view, but not while we're reading the story and having all that stuff.
All right, let's see.
When we get there. But before we get there, please click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and share if you can. And we're grateful for everyone who's done so far. There you go. Group of 7 Comics, the channel moving on. Group of 7, Most Secret Tale, Peregrine's Fight Scenes, Fiends and Fisticuffs, both available on our shop at group7comics.ca by writer Chris Sanigan, artist yours truly. And they are available in both print and digital formats. There you go. Thank you for supporting the channel. As well, we'll be at Word on the Street in a week and a half, Chris.
We will be.
Ready?
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah. This is the first weekend coming up that that'll be home for the whole weekend in like 4 weeks. So I'm excited for this weekend off, and then next weekend back at it with you in downtown Toronto. But
it's not really off though, because Sunday is the first Leafs preseason game against Ottawa. I know, right? We're gonna get right into it. One thing I think is super cool, by the way, about so we did do Word on the Street. It's one of Canada's, if not Canada's, largest book festival, or it bills itself as that. Downtown Toronto, free festival for everybody. We've done it once before. We're doing it a second time. We're actually doing it as a bit of an experiment. We're curious. We've had a few, we've chatted a little bit about our experience previously going to a festival in France and having this like really interesting comic book culture kind of permeate. And so one of the things that we're keen to kind of check out is just like any differences between, say, comic book culture shows and book culture shows. And there's obvious differences we can list on the top of our heads. But just in terms of like that kind of tabling experience, interactions, we're also, and we've chatted about this, like because we are comics, we are located in like the kids area, alongside a whole bunch of, there's a few other comics creators there. Some people we're familiar with, which is pretty cool. Not a ton, but we're also kind of bundled up with a number of organizations and institutions like the Royal Ontario Museum, Toronto Public Library, that have, that we're both big fans of and support, and have a, real pathways generally with learning and education and entertainment with children. So it's and young people. So it's going to be, I think, a really interesting kind of setup and kind of environment. And I think having, now that we have these, as you showed, our 2 books there, we're really keen and curious to see how things, what might differ from our experiences at other shows like Fan Expo or the Comics Jam or those kinds of things.
And TCAF too, like
an
indie comics festival, a massive Comic-Con, and now a festival. Should be neat to see. Also, there's a new show on our channel called Leveling Up, where every episode I take a look at a new comic new to the show, not necessarily a new issue. This case, it will be a new issue, and see what I can learn from that comic as I continue on my journey of leveling up. And this Saturday's episode will be Batman #1, the new one that hit the newsstands a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago now.
Who did that one?
I did the episode.
Right, but you drew Batman. Oh, by the way, Jason's drawing Batman. Right. Yeah. Who's the creative team on this Batman #1?
Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is the Liefeld Amazing Spider-Man annual, cover by John Byrne. Got me to buy it like that. Got to the interiors, not John Byrne. Keeping in mind, in 1989, John Byrne is now he's my childhood favorite artist. I'm 14,
sure.
And he is like my 10-year-old self's hero is Byrne. So I was super excited. The Atlantis Attacks overall crossover event is going to go under our radar, understandably. The
X-Men, I remember it. Now that I'm seeing that Atlantis Attacks the top,
yeah,
I definitely remember that. I mean, I didn't remember it until you brought this up, going to show you much under the radar, but I remember that font.
The X-Men Annual 13, it's actually not even going to be featured on our show. It has no bearing on... It's not written by Chris Claremont. None of the artists are... It has no bearing, other than the fact there is a sort of Jubilee story as what she was doing when she arrives in Australia. Maybe we'll flip through it, attach it to another issue.
Oh, right, as she goes through the gateway, right?
That's right. The annual overall is a detour and not of a quality or part of the narrative that we think is kind of going on. But this is the two Liefeld things he does at Marvel before he does the issue in question for today. And then he's on right after Inferno. He gets to draw X Factor issue 40. And that is a Liefeld cover with El Milgram on inks.
What is that?
Putting that out there. That's too far. I went too far.
Oh,
guys, what are you doing? So let's also just say hello to Massimo is in the chat there. Ali, how are you? And all the other awesome nerds. Michael, hello, how are you? We'll add this to the stage as soon as I can remove that. And all right, I'm gonna full screen this bad boy, and I'll just give 2 seconds of we can leave our faces, it's more fun. Oh, Cody, how are you doing? Cody says, I was 8 years old when I learned this is live.
Welcome, Cody.
Yeah. We're barely live. I mean, there's a pulse, but I don't know if we're actually live. How are you, by the way, Cody? So my 2 takeaways from this cover right away for me are about tangents and so how things read. So it's not about like drawing style, but just about readability. So the choice to put those 2 parallel, let's call them gun barrels, or the 2 symmetrical gun barrels pointing toward Wolverine's chest, I guess, that just reach the edge of his jacket. They cut off the rest of his hips and upper thighs, and it just, at glance, it makes him read as if his torso is very narrow. Maybe you change the angle of one so you see a little bit of his jeans on the outside, assuming those are jeans, or you lower one down so we can just see again a little bit of his pants or his hips on the other side of the gun barrel. So it just reads weird to my eye. It's a strange choice that if I had drawn this as a sketch, I would have redone that part to not create that extremely narrow shape for Wolverine at the waist and then extremely wide shoulders that doesn't look like they go together to my eye. That's one thing I'll just point out for me. And the other part has to do with planes of heads versus planes of faces. I find, and this is a pattern throughout his work, Liefeld's work, when we take, a character's face and we want to tilt it down, the face starts to disappear as it's kind of angling backward. And that's why we get to see so much of the top of the head. So Liefeld likes to do that where he gives so much of the top of the head, but he doesn't make the face disappear enough. He wants the eyes to point as if the head is tilted down. Like to get Wolverine's brow to do that, it's really pointed down, but he doesn't tuck his chin very much. So I find that he likes to play with us seeing both planes at the same time. The plane of the front of the face, but the eyes are tilted down. And then we get all that forehead, but it's kind of like that instead of that. So it always reads weird to me whenever he tries to get that eyebrows down grimace, but he gives us too much of the face as if it's actually looking kind of forward. That's just me and how I read it. I'm not going to talk about Colossus's proportion or that interpretation or like other things, but with Longshot and Logan specifically, the amount of crown I'm seeing versus the amount of face underneath, they don't match for me. But there you go.
Everything you're saying is true. I mean,
it's opinion.
Letter of the law, the way we're supposed to conduct ourselves day to day. Your face recedes as your crown shows. That's what's supposed to happen. You shouldn't have tangents. Guns should look like guns. We're all on the same page. None of that matters. None of that is important.
Cheers.
You look at the image, you know that they're guns. You know they're guns. He did all you needed to do to communicate that those were guns. And I can't really defend the face thing.
No, you don't have to.
There are people currently very popular in comics who don't have a lot of anatomical skill, or maybe they do, but they choose not to lean on that. And some are extraordinarily popular with superhero people and non-superhero people. Trad Moore has very interesting ways of interpreting the human form, the human face perspective. But he's always consistent within his world. And I think Rob Liefeld is consistent within his world. He likes to draw the face. He likes to draw the badass head tilt. Why not do both at the same time? To me, it's punk rock to me.
Right.
Like, he only knows 4 chords, but he plays them so hard, so hard, so full of energy. He's up there thrashing away. And this is after like 40 issues of Jim Shooter, medium shot, medium shot, medium shot, medium shot, close up, medium shot. It's just, you open it up and it's we'll get into it. But
yeah,
I think immediately to a kid, to someone who's looking for something a little louder, let's say, this is exciting. And even the tangents on the legs, for me, work because it makes him look like he's got this tiny little bottom and then just there's beef, like boom, top, like, which is essentially Joe Mad would start drawing like this on purpose in 5 years time. So it looks cool. Colossus, but and also one of the best covers. This is what I really wanted to say coming here. To me, top 5 cover between say 210 and, like I was saying before he came on live, 270 something. I was going to do math. Like I was going to like pull up Avengers and pull up Fantastic Four and find out how often on those books you saw more than one member on a cover. And it was pointless because I was like, it's at least 2 almost every issue. It's usually the whole team. And every like 10 issues, you get a badass group shot on the cover. For some reason, in this era of X-Men, you never, ever do. There's like this one. And then the next big team shot, I think, is, I don't want to spoil anything. It's not the X-Men. It's a bunch of joke guys who take their place when something. It's crazy how unmarketable these covers are. I'm flipping through some work. If they were surrounded by better covers or more iconic covers, they would work as an image. But it's just like something you've never seen before, attacking one X-Man who's like this big. Where's my thing? Like this big on the image, and there's a big unknowable thing all around it. I don't get how these covers worked. I don't get how the book sold. But this, I would have bought this. I'd have been so excited by this.
I like all of that. The thing I like most is I'm gonna just use against you for fun. Is you use the word about, you're talking about Trad Moore, where Trad Moore does something and you use the word intentionally, and that's, I think, one of my reactions to. I don't know how much intentionality there are in these choices. I think, like you said, he's just going, and then to support what you're saying in the most positive way that I can. I look at Thor before Simonson, and then Simonson comes on and abstracts the body, abstracts anatomy, abstracts energy, through his rendering style. It was completely different than the artists that were on the series before him. And it was exciting. And people jumped on board Thor. And, his characters are 20 heads tall. Like, they're ridiculous proportions. Arms are bigger than torsos at times. Like, they're really outrageous. And I don't think there's anything wrong with warping anatomy. To me, there's nothing wrong with abstracting. I don't have any issue with it. My wish is, I'm hoping it's for a reason. I'm hoping it's intentional. And in Rob's case, I think sometimes he's just having so much fun with the 4 chords that when his guitar gets out of tune, he doesn't notice.
That doesn't bother me at all.
And that's what it comes down to, right? Where
I don't know that he would have. He's the kind of musician that would even have heard that the guitar was out of tune or known to know.
Right.
Somebody tuned that guitar before he got there.
Okay, so this is a good point, because one, not really knowing much of the backstory, being that person in this chat, when I was thinking of the youth of him coming forward and then the early success, is there ever a point where he receives a mentor? He's brought under. Do we know if there's any kind of attempt just on some of the I'm talking about like on some of these like aspects of craft, right?
So
like
in this issue, right away the answer is yes. Dan Green is inking.
Okay.
So a lot of the things that might look like we want to see certain Rob Liefeld isms in the positive way, like as fans of his, a lot of those will be dulled by having this brush slinging inker who is war weary and has been working in the trenches for a long time, and he's going to try to homogenize or bring. Same with Al Milgrom on that X Factor. She bring Liefeld's work closer to what Marvel's expectation is. But in terms of those page layout things or composition choices, I think he was on his own a lot of it. He's working on the West Coast. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but back then, being on a different coast means that you're not going to get a chance for, if you're getting a rush job, if you're getting, mere weeks to finish an issue, there isn't a back and forth period where they're going to, not like Arthur Adams, who goes in there not much better than, any other really, really idiosyncratic artist in the mid 80s. Art Adams' long shot series, it took him, remember, years to finish those 6 issues because he was getting so much back and forth with Marvel editorial about changing his layouts, and they were schooling him. Rob doesn't receive that care and training. I think what he does get, though, is the camaraderie with Todd,
right?
Which is all about, hey, let's do this faster and faster and faster, and maximize the things we already are doing that we're getting a response on. Let's do those things more. So page composition for clarity of storytelling a la Jim Shooter, I don't think that stuff's happening at all with him. But maybe in the early days, and he bumps up against. He talks about pretty early, he finds those things boring. And that's where, you can't say he's wrong. For someone to be bored by traditional page layouts, that's not a right or wrong. It's just a reaction to it. And he wants to do the thing he wants to do. And there's no question that there is a population that wants him to do the thing he wants to do. That's just a fact. And it doesn't work on some and does work very clearly for others. Yeah. Just to Ali's point here, can you imagine here if we had have gotten this cover being the men standing in the same poses as the women, from the last issue, all of them being oh, it would have been a hilarious send up on that issue, which was already a cheesecake. But if we had had the beefcake version of that, it would have been hilarious. Too bad they didn't do that. But maybe, Ali, you can work on that homage and share that with me, and I'll put it on the channel happily. Do you guys want to move on to the comic?
Sure.
I really just want to watch your faces the whole time, but we're not going to. We want to get a better view of the book.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. We haven't talked about who's reading who.
No.
Not what I meant. Pardon me. But that was awesome. If at any point you guys want to take certain characters. So, David, I have been up to this point reading Longshot and Wolverine, and Chris has been reading Havoc and Colossus. Are there any characters that you would like? And we're happy both to abandon our post.
I like you guys' voices for the X-Men. I could take Long Shot, I guess. I'll take Long Shot. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Okay.
Does he even talk?
I don't know. I didn't pre-read this.
So right away, there is I have to note, we're going to get a lot of references to other pop culture and other comics in the first couple pages.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I doubt you have seen, and sorry to be presumptuous about this, I doubt you've seen Todd McFarlane's series over at DC called Invasion.
No. Is that where these guys come from?
It seems like an intentional reference.
You can draw a really nice, clear line between what Todd's doing there and what Rob is doing here across the two companies. As like, it's fun. They're having a good laugh.
Right, bit of a nod and a wink.
It's it's definitely tongue in cheek, and totally fine. So I'll give the intro. Anyone want to be one of those aliens?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. The Uncanny X-Men, presented by Stan Lee.
Where is that?
The first page.
Oh, I do. Oh, I see it. I see it now. Okay. For those who have complained of having no more new worlds to conquer, I give you the planet Earth.
I love Earth, by the way. I'm a big fan.
Big fan.
I've been there once or twice.
So before we go farther,
oh my goodness,
this is awesome. I think this for me is like the highlight of the whole issue. There is so much to take a look at and take in. Not just references to a Star Destroyer from Star Wars,
right?
And Rob is just like going to town on a really great layout. Like this is a really fun one, but there's so many fun references in here. Some of them are broad homages, like the Star Destroyer from Star Wars. That rear section. Some of them are not broad, but the most specific reference you could possibly see. And I'm just going to draw your attention, friends, to the middle tier, the one that is in yellow. And there's a really good reason that this could not or was not colored accurately to characters, because if we start on the right-hand side and move over, we have giant face, which that is totally fine. That reminds me of MODOK, but not MODOK. Second character in, Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Behind him, Jabba the Hutt. Beside Boba Fett, E.T.
Yeah.
Behind E.T., I don't know.
It looks like Bib Fortuna.
Yeah, well, you moved over one. Yes. There's
that guy.
Backpack. So Bib Fortuna is there. Of course, that is Jabba the Hutt's like concierge, or I don't know what his role was.
Consigliere.
We've got behind Bib Fortuna one of the xenomorphs.
Xenomorphs, yeah.
The guy in front of the xenomorph, I don't know specifically. You guys have a take on that?
No, it's something. I mean, he has a logo on his chest, so
it reminds me of like the Stonecutters logo a little bit, but of course it's not the Stonecutters from Simpsons. Moving well over now, we've got full-on Yoda.
Yeah.
We have Hawkman just over the page gap there.
Mm-hmm.
Thanagarian Hawkman. We have Alf.
Yeah.
And then that might be it for ones that I can identify clearly. But man, oh man, what a row of aliens. That is so funny.
They would never let you do this now.
No.
Even though Disney now owns like half of these IPs, they still would never let you do this.
Right. And at the time, Marvel, I don't even know. When did Dark Horse start getting Star Wars comics?
After this, it was the 90s for sure.
It was the 90s? Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty funny that he would do that. And like I said, Hawkman, that is DC. Alf. So I'm a fan of this. Oh, I see in the colored section, if we go back, I see Chewbacca and Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I see Gnort, the Green Lantern. See him too? So
no. Oh yes, I do. Wow. Okay. Yes.
Right beneath the Star Destroyer.
Oh, sure.
There's Gnort, if that's how you all pronounce it. There's
Sure.
some Jawas at the bottom. I don't know who else. I mean, it feels like there's just a mix of lots of fun. Another ET on the far right.
Yeah. It's
And
also,
I guess that Xenomorph too.
Is there another Xenomorph there too?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
question mark.
I'm not sure if he meant it to be, but it's saying.
Oh, I see.
And it repeats lunch in the second one. So Claremont thinks it's the same guy.
Oh, right.
I also love seeing some of these, bigger, burlier guys with pouches and things, and not pouches, but maybe like you take the guy directly to the left of the alien conquerors in purple.
Reminds me of Ram Man.
Yeah, Ram Man, but also like you'd give me that issue, Jason, of X-Force with Grizzly in it.
Yeah.
Or I mean, there's some Cable in there, like with the pads, and you know what I mean, like. So these kind of science fiction characters, we'll see as part of like Liefeld's creations later.
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
There are all sorts of things being used here. It feels like a real mash of, like Muppets mixed with cartoons, mixed with like old Star Trek, and just a real fun mashup of things. Like I enjoy this one a lot. That really made me laugh seeing this. It doesn't feel like I don't know. I dig it. I hope you guys too. Some never-ending story. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
Rock eating monster dude, or I don't know. Even like the loser Star Wars characters from Droids. They're all just weird stuff. Some Doctor Who, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's fun. All right. Should we try reading this one?
Yeah, a lot of it's small as I read it on the screen.
Yeah, I'll start at the back there if you don't mind.
All right, sure.
How come we always have to look at his back?
Count your blessings.
That's Claremont clearly making fun of Liefeld choosing to have the speech being given in the middle of the room.
Right.
Let the cadence sound and the conquest go forth.
Need speech, huh?
I prefer killing.
Tell me, does your wife get good FM reception?
Launch?
K-Rock.
Bet you can't
name everybody here.
Do I know you?
Maybe, do you think he has a sense of who everyone is, even if we can't tell? Like he was trying to... is every character from something in his mind? I wonder. I don't know.
Yes, I think everyone started from something, almost certainly.
Right.
Even if they didn't end there.
Right. Everyone does look like something from something. I don't know.
Sure.
Like Darkseid, but colored wrong. There's a guy who's red, who's just underneath the chin of the profile on the side of the page. Like there's a profile shot of a guard or something. Right underneath his chin looks like it's Darkseid.
Yes.
He's colored red. I'm sorry, that number is no longer in service. Blah, 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 Chris Claremont, writer. Blah, Rob Liefeld, guest penciler, blab. Booty blab, Dan Green, inker. Pillage, Tom Wojciechowski, letterer, gratuitous, violence, Glynis Oliver, colorist, destruction, Bob Harris, editor, blah, 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 Tom DeFalco, master bomber.
What are they even doing?
I don't know.
I think that's the murmur of the room.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gratuitous violence, someone says those words. It's so funny. Pillage. Make a fortune with a toothpaste concession.
Jeez, talk about your low rent bad guys. Oh, that's Elf. Sorry.
Willie.
There you go. Do an Elf.
I'm sure he's a big part of this. Lunch.
What'd he say?
Who cares?
Of course I still respect you.
I don't even know what that is.
Mass adds here. He's like, wasn't there an Alf comic published by Marvel? Update. Yes, Marvel was publishing Alf. Thank you, Mass.
Excellent. Here I can be this bug guy at the bottom since he's an archivist, and so therefore,
that makes sense.
Oh,
an archivist should read an archivist.
Yes, you're right. The speech in its entirety is carried live across the FleetCom video net, even to the most lowly and forgotten sectors of the information retrieval.
Blah, target, blah, Australia, blah.
This is the computer, Chris. Do you want to do the computer voice and the guy? Because I know you like computer voices.
Sure. Requested files from Imperial Shi'ar Infobank, now integrated and online. Praxis follows. Objective has been the site of numerous hostile incursions by such starfaring races as the Kree, Skrull, Akon, Badoon, among many others, resulting uniformly in defeat for the aggressors.
I have to correct you, by the way.
What is
it's not Akon, it's Aacon.
It's Akon? Nice.
Sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
Present. Very nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice. What? Further, Objective has successfully repulsed multiple assaults by the world devourer Galactus. It is the only planet known to do so. What? Further, Objective is the home world of Galactus's current herald, identifying nomenclature Nova. Further, Objective is reputed to be the adopted homeworld of the Phoenix. What? We're doomed. We're lost. We're only mortal. We're mad to pit ourselves against such an orb. We dare not unleash the conquest, but our fearless leader has already given the word. For so lowly an archivist as myself, without even a name to call my own to oppose his will, especially now events have been set in motion, would mean my life. But to stay silent, to do nothing, will cost me many more. How many more?
Australia. Storm.
Trust the boss to find her own unique way of taking a shower.
Hey, we haven't seen like that version of objectifying Storm in quite a while.
It's been a while since objectifying Storm was on our radar.
Yeah. Dazzler.
Take that, you sleazoid robots. My lasers can beat yours any day. We get a sleazoid reference and more I-beams. We talked about it last issue.
Right. That was the first time we saw I-beams from her.
That's right.
Her on roller skates really gives me Skids vibes.
Skids vibes.
You know Skids?
And Boom Boom, like, I mean,
is that Boom Boom on roller skates?
Well, I don't know if she had roller skates, but she had glasses and like the hair kind of mall ratty, right?
Yeah, she does look like Boom Boom. But Dazzler had rollerblades or roller skates, sorry.
Of course.
When she was Disco Dazzler, like in her solo series.
Yeah. You're right. Rogue.
Where?
It's funny. It looks like it's just a pile of green boots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Long shot.
Looking for this?
My boo. Bless you, sugar, and your luck.
Colossus.
You going to paint? Oh no, that's someone else, right? Talking.
Havoc thinking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You gonna paint that canvas, Petey, or punch it out?
Psylocke.
Her turn for guard duty.
I think she just stands there with her cape, like just billowing in the wind, on guard.
It does kind of look cool.
Yeah, well, sure.
But yeah,
I'm thinking about the Australian sun and that armor, and she's just cooking.
Well, I mean, maybe she's due for a costume change.
Maybe
to get her something lighter and just easier in the Australian sun.
Maybe something with like a thong back.
I mean, that would be my first choice.
Some Electra assassin straps,
possibly.
Okay, Havoc.
But these scanners can see farther than your telepathy, lady. Heck, there probably isn't anywhere on Earth they can't pry into.
Wolverine.
Shoot, little runts just able to scanners again. This is getting to be a royal pain.
What kind of scanners do you think are like around him? That what does it mean? Do you think he's disabled his scanners again?
Right.
Is there like a little camera orb or something?
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
or like a body cam thing.
A body cam, but the other people are seeing. We're seeing them as opposed to.
I'm guessing there are little cameras hidden everywhere, and Wolverine finds the ones that are
right near him.
Right. Well, except for in like Storm's case, it's flying above her. You know.
Almost like drones. I don't know.
Maybe like so. She's also having a shower, by the way, and Gateway is like,
yeah,
like a little monk. He's like, not allowed to look, not allowed to look, not allowed to look. He's
look, Gateway, don't do it.
But you also know secretly his mouth is open. He's like every bit of that drippy water. He's like yum 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 yum.
Oh my god! He bought her bath water. Okay, no.
All right.
So are you, boy.
Wolverine, how long have you been spying?
Nice choice of words. I got the same question. Art question here, or art thought. Sure. This is the start of.
Yes.
I'm surprised Dan Green went along with this. So do you see like what are we going to even call it? What's that stuff called in a screen door? I guess it's the screen.
It's called the screen.
So the version of cross hatching
that
is being employed by, I'm going to say Dan Green.
Okay.
Because he's the one who gets this page last. He can put whatever. He's supposed to interpret Liefeld's pencils in a way that work better for, printing comics in ink. And he's choosing probably to do exactly what was put on the page by that pencil. But you don't got to do that. It's mesh. Thank you, Michael. The gap between those crosses is so big that it fails to accomplish the goal of cross-hatching. And again, I'm putting blame on Dan Green for that, even though Liefeld probably did it in his pencils. Yeah, I don't know, Dave, what do you think?
No, I mean, I agree. But Liefeld sticks with this throughout his career, so it could be something that he's he just thinks looks great. It's one of the things in his work that I'm not particularly fond of. But,
sure. But we do see other artists do this. I mean, one of my all-time favorite, Mike Mignola, in the 80s is doing something similar to this at times, where he's trying to create a gradient from dark to light or light to dark. And he will have some looser cross-hatching with brush.
It's still popular. It's so easy to do now with digital tools that you see it all the time. Just the stamped, essentially cross-hatching, fading into black or thickening into black.
Right, but in this one, there's no movement between black and white. It's just the white and then this patch of non-changing hatching.
You know what? And you know what's even more confusing? In that first panel, that's not what he's doing.
Absolutely right.
Those are buttons on the keyboard.
That's right.
Yes. So
I just realized that.
The use of this technique, one to show technology and the other one to show fade to black, it is so strange that Green lets this go this way. I can't believe he just doesn't throw a double hatch at the top of that page.
Just imagining writing a fan fiction for the Marvel bullpen. The story I come away with is Dan Green he doesn't like Rob Liefeld.
You got it.
And he doesn't think this kid's ready for prime time, and he's like, I'm not hiding anything.
Right.
This is what he did. This is what I'm putting in the book.
Right. And that's one of the meanest things he can do is let his error or his bad choice see print. So that is weird. And then he's using this technique much more effectively in two other panels on this page where we're seeing that screen door, we're seeing the mesh in the panel where Storm is hovering. and you see it fades to black. Not necessarily, Arthur Adams beautifully, but it is happening.
Hmm.
And on the computer, and on the wall behind him in this next panel, in panel 3, it is there too, and it's done weird, but it still is moving from that blank space to black. But the one in panel 2, it has no movement in it, and it is really, really weird. But anyway.
You know what else is weird? Havoc's gloves.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I just think they look weird.
Well, in this case,
not in the art. That's just an interpretation. But
this is deep underground. Okay,
sure.
And it gets cold down there.
You need gloves.
And Havoc, he's got to be a little bit badass and a little bit warm.
Isn't he his own self? Like, isn't he his own heating?
Do you consider plasma to be hot from Cyclops and from Havoc, or is it just energy?
Well, he harnesses the power of the sun. Cosmic rays from the sun.
I don't know if it's cosmic rays, but
to
definitely
me, that's heat,
solar energy.
Right. It's like he's his own space heater.
I've always gotten the feeling that there is that it's just, I don't know if it's hot.
It's like mid temp energy heat, like
so
mid-temp.
Maybe it's not the same as Cyclops. Cyclops is supposed to be force.
Yes.
Getting hit with a brick wall almost. Where I guess Havoc's can melt.
Right.
I don't know.
Anyway, the gloves.
Yeah, there you go. Nice choice of words. I got the same question.
There you go. Look, Wolverine. The big mistake we X-Men made when we took over this dump was delegating responsibility for the computer net to Madeline. That ignorance enabled her to play us for chumps, to use us for her own twisted and sexy ends. We can't afford another mistake like that.
And she'll do it again every week. An even more twisted and sexy adventure.
Twisted and sexy. One of us needs to run things here. I'm most familiar with cybernetics. That makes me the best qualified.
Why is he most familiar with cybernetics?
I don't know.
It's the weird oversight of Claremont's X-Men that after he jettisons Beast, there's never a science person, and then you just have somebody claiming that knowledge in a random scene.
Right. There were times where Nightcrawler was the engineer.
Yeah. Yes, or the medical officer in one instance.
Yes. So I always like that they have these side military functions that they have, or these secondary military specialties, to use a G.I. Joe parlance. I like that idea a lot. I just wish it was a little more formalized. And then the idea that Pilot Madeline decided to get integrated with the tech, and it was a little bit gradual. She would say it's becoming more intuitive each issue, and that was working for me until, of course, it took a dark turn. But yeah, totally cool. Michael points out that Havoc melted sand to glass many issues ago, which so there is that heat of you guys are right for sure. Wolverine says, so you say something about these catacombs rubs me raw.
Maybe the natural man reacted to all this technology.
There's a reason, boy. I trust my senses over these toys. Fact is, you let them teach you, same as they did Madeline. Who's to say you won't be subverted as well?
I can handle myself.
So could Madeline.
Leave her out of this. And by the way, bub, you call me boy again.
Havoc, Wolverine.
Storm.
I thought better of you both. Do not bother with explanations. Psylocke telepathically informed me of your exchange.
There is no privacy on this team whatsoever.
Just as she is projecting this astral image, Wolverine's points are well taken, Alex. Remember, we took this place from a band of villains. We dare not trust its systems until we are sure they are safe.
If it isn't safe, Storm, why the devil stay? Yeah, whether it's Havoc, watching people through videos, or Psylocke just tapping into people's minds, there's no privacy on this team.
No, not at all. But that could be a good thing if you want to in that direction.
Maybe. Yeah, it's just
so
that's Willie's time, you know? Like,
I said that to someone yesterday.
The shinning? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's right. Not between 3 and 4.
No reading my mind between 3 and 4. Willie's time.
This last panel, as Alex walks away, does it not look like he is pinching his crotch? Come on.
I didn't think so until you said it.
Hard not to see it now.
Unsee that. So it's not easy to create the illusion that that fist is further ahead than his torso. But it's really important that you do it, because otherwise it looks like he has to pee and he's like running away while holding his dick.
It does look like he has to pee. Why the devil stay in this knot where I can't pee? I gotta go.
Sorry.
That's wonderful.
Boy's on a short fuse. Small wonder, considering all he has endured since rejoining the team. He gave his heart to 2 women, only to see them both destroyed. He was helpless to save them, yet he blames himself nonetheless. You do not help matters, my friend, with your frequent absences. My time, Aurora, my life, my business. I'm here when you need me. But what of the day you are when you are not? I have a problem here, darling. It's the youngsters. That is exactly how I feel. Me, Jason, personally. It's not me. It's all you youngsters.
That's right.
Even you, Chris. You 5 years younger than me, youngster.
It's true.
Any suggestions then about how we might resolve it? Well, you gals had yourself a fine old time on your own La La Land. On your own in La La Land. Just the cure you figured for cabin fever. What's good for the goose, darling? What's good for the goose? What does that mean?
Finish that sentence.
Finish that thought.
Jeez.
Man, come on.
I'm not going to do it.
Sometime later.
Pyotr Nikolaevich Rasputin, will you relax? This really won't hurt a bit, and it's for your own good. So you say. It's only makeup, for goodness sake, and stop grumbling under your breath and rushing. It isn't polite. Hey, listen, men do not wear such things. Oh, pooh. Men also don't have bodies organic chrome steel. I keep trying to transform back to flesh. Well, this means you won't have to. Trust me, you'll look fine. Stop squinting, though. You'll ruin the line. I am sorry, but you glow so brightly. The radiance hurts my eyes. Oops. Needed the light to see better in here. Too much of a good thing, I guess. Yeah, way too much. Been noting that lately. My laser's more powerful. The photon bolts pack more punch. But my own basic luminescence has been upshifting along the spectrum as well, from yellow to white. Hope that doesn't turn out as ominous as it sounds. Oh, hey, guys.
I love the idea of Colossus wearing, like, flat pancake.
Yeah.
It would be the most terrifying looking statue. Like, if that guy walked in, you'd know something was
Hello, I am normal man.
Do not mind metal hair. Gong, gong, gong.
Hello, chum. Will you please tell me?
Clock's running, Nightingale. Petey Pure better be ready.
Is as much short over as I shall ever be. And comrade, smile when you call me that. Better living through Revlon, guys. Am I a marvel or what?
On the escarpment overlooking their home, the team's aboriginal companion, Gateway, opens his teleportal.
Y'all behave here?
Trust us, ladies. We'll be fine. No need to wait up either. We'll be back when we're back.
I wonder how much they'll leave standing behind me.
Rogue.
Yeah, boss.
I wish you had not asked. So much long shot so far, eh, David?
Yeah, he's a real important character that I can understand why Claremont added to the team.
David, did you by chance catch I think it's the last episode of Inferno, maybe the second last that we did, where there's a point, there's a I guess the issue opens because the previous issue ends with Longshot standing alone versus Mr. Sinister. And you're like, oh, is this Longshot's moment? Has this all been building to this? And then he's just a diversion for like 3 panels so Beast can kick Mr. Sinister in the face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you're trying to say is Chris is like, meh.
I just, we had him. We're like, is this? Oh, because like they don't know what to do with him or what kind of thing he'll bring.
Yeah, we've all been waiting, hoping that the character is going to get some kind of narrative redemption, where it's been like worth having him around all this time because he's going to finally transcend in some way and become a meaningful contributor, but it hasn't happened yet. Meanwhile, aboard the Invader flagship, this little visor-wearing guy, I guess I'll read him just because he's not the aliens, but I want the aliens to talk. Within this chamber, fearless leader, as per your commands, we have devised the ultimate secret weapon. Behold, the gene bomb.
Oh, goody! What does it do?
This is a different guy. Or is it the same guy?
That's a different guy.
All right, go, Chris.
Okay, it possesses the power to fatally disrupt any and all relationships. Personal, professional, organic, inorganic, macro, micro, whatever. Down to the most primally subatomic molecular networks. Her mere presence will dissolve the most loving bonds, prompt brother to slave brother, and boon companions to tear themselves apart.
Is she naked?
Yes.
Yes.
But then, does she have nipples?
I mean, no.
Because it's covered up in the other ones, but... All right, moving on.
Ultimately, the planet itself will follow suit until nothing is left except the dimmest and most fleeting of memories.
Splendid!
Fearless leader, beware. Danger. Intruder. Get him! Ah!
Vorp!
Wait, isn't that one of ours?
No matter. The fool should have known better than to approach the presence without an appointment. He's but a minor archivist. Whatever he had to say can't have been too important.
Don't you ever forget that, Chris.
I don't.
You get this panel, the fifth panel on this page, the first on this bottom tier, where there is not a good back and forth between script and pencils, because that word balloon trying to let us know that the guy at the very bottom is the first to speak. It doesn't work.
No.
Like that both balloons are coming from the same guy's face.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway. Poor archivist.
I'm going to bring this into work tomorrow. Show everybody.
Just take that one panel out. So what is with the color in this panel? That big one? Is it a miscommunication? Is it... Oh, I think I solved it.
They're looking through the window.
They're looking through the glass. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Really, really weird. It doesn't you have to undo... You have to unknow what you have known. Ooh. Unlearn what you have learned. Yeah, that's odd. Sydney.
Comrades, I do not wish to be the pooper of this party, but the last time I let Wolverine walk me into such an establishment, I ran into Juggernaut.
X-Men 183.
Those were good days.
That's like 60 issues previous.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
And a lovely time was had by all.
Easy for you to say. You do not have to fight him.
Oh, ye of little faith. Give me a break, Petey. This place is kosher as can be. All we're going to do is blow off some steam. Have us a good time. Where's the harm in that?
Wherever we'll find it.
You got an attitude, bub.
Bitter.
Hi, fellas. I'm Longshot.
Did you say something, long shot?
I'm sure glad to be here. A lot of fun being an X-Man. Let's have a party.
Did you hear something, Havoc? I'm hearing nothing.
Guys, don't shut me out. I'll catch on, I swear. This hair is only getting more popular.
They know you here?
They know me lots of places.
Hey, guys. If anyone's interested in a real headbanger road trip, I've heard of this island where anything goes. This place called Madripoor.
Forget it. You boys aren't old enough. Set him up, Ostrander, and keep him coming. David, do you know this reference? No?
No, I mean, I don't even know where the reference is.
Okay, so the name of the bartender is John
Oh,
Ostrander.
John Ostrander. Okay.
And he has a comic called Grimjack. And in Grimjack, there is a place called Munden's, which is the name of this guy too.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's also, aside from there being those Western saloon doors, there's also a screen door, as you can see behind Wolverine.
That's right. Saloon style. Yes.
Saloon style screen door. Yeah, I'm talking about going to Madripoor, and all the times Wolverine's been dipping out. Obviously, that's referencing the Adventures in Wolverine's own solo series, as well as Marvel Comics Presents, as well as Punisher War Journal. What, issues 6 and 7, I believe, where Wolverine guest appears. Like, there's a bunch of things where Wolverine is having these adventures on his own that they're kind of a little bit hinting at by the way they say he's doing. He's disappearing all the time.
Yeah, he keeps going off on his own, right? Yeah.
But check out how good I think the rendering on Wolverine's hair is in that glass panel, that middle one.
Mm-hmm.
I think his hair, like the depth of it, the curve of it, the shape of it, it reads perfectly. Of course, his hair and face are on different planes, but I think the hair is rendered and reads really, really, really well. And I wonder if he stole it from Michael Golden. I'm gonna go through all my Michael Golden comics to find it. That is some good hair. Come on.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
What's that? Who says that? I think it's
it's Wolverine. Set him up, Ostrander, and keep him coming until this place runs dry.
Follow. Us is, I think, Havoc, right?
Oh man, I was really hoping it was long.
It's not.
Doesn't say a word.
No. How does he do that? Longshot's got ladies lined up out the door to dance with him.
Kid's got a lot of heart. 2 of them, in fact, so I'm told.
Do you come with a car?
Oh, you.
That guy adds a whole new dimension to the phrase, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. And he does it all with his heart, too. Hearts. Ugh, sorry, forgot. He's got 2. I had 2 gals and no heart. Go figure.
Oh, poor Havoc.
Poor Havoc.
Oh my God.
Till one of us, little codger, hits the floor.
No, I'm not done. I got my line.
Oh, you're sorry.
I have a line. How much you aim on drinking, boy?
Till one of us, little codger, hits the floor.
I've got a healing factor, Alex. Remember? I don't get that drunk.
Prove it.
Of course, I beg to differ. We've seen Wolverine pass out drunk before.
Yeah.
And, some interesting drawing here. I mean, speaking of when we've seen him pass out drunk, we've seen him in the Wolverine Limited series, which had some playful use of panels like this, where they're, asymmetrical but still balanced and things are askew. Maybe that's one of his reasons for doing the page like this. Or maybe not. Do you regret your choice to say you're going to read his long shot?
No, I'm having the time of my life.
Okay. And did those beer bottles explode?
They do.
They did.
Okay, so Skaloosh, they're just cheersing, but they're smashing them.
They are, yeah.
Okay.
Which, when you're a kid, seems badass. It's very stone cold.
Yeah. Have you ever smashed beer bottles with the intention of staying in that space and still drinking?
No, but I'm not an X-Man.
That's true. Well, you're pretty darn close.
I don't think so, sir.
I once remember trying to open a Pepsi bottle or something without a bottle opener by banging it against objects on the playground.
What happened?
Shattered the whole top of it, and then there was like a nice jagged edge. And I was like, there probably is glass inside this bottle now. But, just checked it.
Still tastes good. Yeah.
No. I realized I wasted all my money. And I should stop skipping school. I was little. I was like grade 5 or 6. Anyway, what the?
Explosion? Earthquake? Doesn't have the feel. Perhaps then, comrades, an invasion from outer space.
Colossus is doing the original drink and draw.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh my gosh. I also love how his head is still reflective, like his forehead.
Yeah, I like that. I like that touch. And I even like that it's the most off-putting Colossus I've ever seen in my life, because he would be off-putting with the makeup all over.
Totally.
You think? If not, is not anything possible, especially where we X-Men are concerned.
Sure, worth a look-see. How's that Colossus running pose?
It's not even the head, the no neck thing, like the fact that this head in the middle of the body.
It feels like he's kind of creating, like he's paving the way for Strong Guy.
Right. It's definitely got that vibe to it.
Here we go. Here's some serious spaceships.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
I think I'm gonna need a bigger drink.
That, of course, is a reference to Jaws. The buildings here. We're in Sydney, right?
Right. We were in a saloon in Sydney.
Yeah, I mean, Sydney has buildings like, it's okay. It's not the Outback, is all I'm trying to say.
No, it's not.
We're in an urban center with buildings.
That's right.
Okay. With practiced efficiency, conquest troop transports land throughout the city, disgorging hordes of fearsome battle-hardened warriors eager for battle. Their arrival, quite understandably, does not go unnoticed.
Better put some more shrimp on a barbie, love. Appears we got company.
What's that, dear?
Tourists. Better give that Hogan Waller a ring while you're at it. Tell him to back off those come to down under commercials I is. Too flippin' expensive, you ask me.
Oi! Move that crate, you Bruce.
What do you say, me please?
Yeah, flipping fawners. Don't know enough to drive on the proper side of the road.
Yeah?
Mother's milk to some. Drink up, mate, drink up. I was in the army myself. Had the worst pick of a sergeant.
You also?
What do you mean they're ignoring us? Are they mad, or is this some ploy, prelude to a trap? Do nothing to provoke the locals. Err always on the side of discretion. We will let them make the fatal first move.
I love this idea that they've come to invade Sydney.
Yeah.
The people of Sydney are just letting them integrate into their lives. Like we were having drinks, no one's actually fighting.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I love that. Like, move the crate, you Bruce.
Yeah.
Flipping foreigners.
Fortunately, as in all bureaucracies, military and otherwise, not everyone gets the word. By the magnificent Merc, this structure is a nexus of significant enhanced powered bioforms. Capturing them will win me great glory. Abase yourselves, grubs, before your new master.
G'day, Koba.
I am a warrior of the conquest. Ignore me at your peril. Eh?
That is my friend. Threaten him at yours.
Whammo.
Oh, coward.
At last. Someone on this... Is the word puling?
I suppose it is. Yes.
This puling, pathetic orb, with backbone enough to put up a fight. Cadre attack.
Oh.
Gnarl.
Maim.
Dismember.
Incinerate.
Pillage. Think we should.
20-1 odds. Nah. Meanwhile, Toon.
I'm the mayor of Sydney. Welcome to town. As Conquest Strike Leader, I require your immediate and unconditional surrender. You mean you want to take over? Precisely. Terrific. The job's yours. And welcome to it. I'm due for a vacation anyway. Andy.
I'm going to talk to my Prime Minister.
Hey, Mr. Prime Minister.
I love how nonplussed the people from Sydney are. They're so funny.
Human. We are not to be trifled with. We mean serious business. Perhaps a small demonstration will convince you. Has that structure value? The Sydney that's the guy. The Sydney Opera House. Nobody there now, mate. Close for renovation. Its shape offends me. Remove it. Been wanting to do that myself for years. But it is on all the postcards and brochures. So I'm afraid you'll have to put it back the way it was.
Meanwhile, back at the bar.
There is no need for violence.
Long
Oh,
shot.
geez, Louise.
Yeah.
Gotta clear my voice. Mimi mamo, moo mommy.
Thanks for helping me, Colossus. Anything I can do to return the favor?
Help me persuade these poor misguided wretches of the error of their ways.
Okay. I think I'm about to get the perfect chance.
A man. A pretty man.
I saw him first. He's mine.
Who?
We are CQ'd, the Cosmic Cutie Commandos.
We live to kill.
We kill to live.
Man!
Enjoy this flight, little ground grubber, and the last sight of your world before we rend you limb from bloody limb.
That isn't very nice.
Neither are we. Our C-squared cadres are feared throughout known space.
Why are you so full of hate?
Cute. Sorry, it's C-cubed, not squared.
You've got wings. You could fly. I think that's neat.
He's too quick, too agile, impossible to hold.
Hey, your wings, they're fakes.
Sisters, he's discovered our secret.
Slay him.
That's a
Did
good
I say
panel.
something wrong?
I like that panel with the DeLuca effect of long
Yeah.
shot.
That's a nice.
It's
one.
nice. Who else was one of these singing these flying ladies? It was me and someone else. Someone else should do.
I think David was. It's like
Okay.
none must know our darkest shame.
That you fly in artificial wigs? That's silly.
Our wings make us special. But if word spreads that they are devices, everyone will be able to do it. We won't be unique any longer. Those who we've soared over will make fun, and their mockery will be more than our pride can bear. Better by far to strike out preemptively to ensure that all will be too full of terror at the mere thought of us.
Who cares about the mechanics? You can fly. The sky's so big. Would it really hurt so much to share? Sure, people will laugh with joy at being part of the most wonderful of experiences.
What is this about?
What the hell is going on?
How many pages is this?
I don't know. But
At least 2 full ones.
Oh
so
my
far.
God.
No one has ever talked to us like that.
I scrolled away.
Surprising.
Maybe you just never bothered to listen.
Do you mean what you said?
Why else would I have said them?
I don't know why I believe you.
Just my luck, I guess. Leading me to the lady who would. Where are we going?
To the queen. If you can convince her like you did me, this could be the dawn of a bright new age.
Wow!
what the hell are they talking about?
I don't know. What does this have to do with anything?
And then we get a fun detour
Okay.
where we are now we're in DC, like DC Comics. Go to the next page and you'll see what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's a Daily Planet.
And not just the Daily Planet. We get to talk about Bush, President Bush. And we see
Whoa.
Clark Kent. We see Clark Kent. We see
Yeah.
Jimmy Olsen.
Perry.
Yeah, and we see some really good use of perspective on the tile floor. I don't understand, but it's okay. Meanwhile, half a world away in another publishing company's narrative, in the studio of a great metropolitan television network,
Inauguration Day.
President Bush,
Quail.
How many millions of dollars?
odds on a Super Bowl.
There's Murphy Brown.
Chief.
Chief.
Not now, kid. We got a broadcast. And don't call me.
Report. Over the wire. Australia's been invaded by aliens.
What? More tourists? Japanese, I'll bet.
No. Aliens. From outer space.
Not today, kid. We're busy.
It's true.
I'm sure, but we got work to do.
They're holding the whole continent hostage.
Big deal. Place is mostly desert.
They say if we don't surrender, they'll blow up the earth. Don't you care? Chief, this is important. This is news.
Only to the Aussies, kid. Look, kid, behave yourself. Act like a pro.
But
We're covering something really important here. The inauguration of the President of the United States. Now that's news.
Okay, just pausing for a minute. They're doing Liefeld no favors by having this like back and forth talking. If he was to create panels that allowed these things to flow smooth, it would be like a 15-panel page.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like there's no room for flow from the drawing, but he probably didn't get the tightest script. He probably got plot and then Claremont is writing script after, I guess. Because this is nuts. Like to have to go really every panel should, I don't even know how to explain. It reads so weird with the way the word balloons and the balloon tails go to the faces with the back and forth. Like Liefeld looks like he's trying to have some flow where characters have interaction, they have FaceTime. He's giving us close-ups, he's giving us wide shots, a little bit of movement, but man, it's just so crammed with.
It's also so weird because like something could have been done just to like move things around a bit more. In that second panel, the whole top right corner is left empty. Like we don't need to see that big fake planet.
Nope.
So what more Japanese tourists or whatever could have been moved there? Like you could have done something to move this around.
Sure.
You would think by how poor this flows that he was working from a full script and just did it all wrong, but that wasn't the case.
Right.
So it's very strange.
It is really weird. Yeah, in the chat they're talking about the Murphy Brown reference.
Yeah.
Like that is, it feels so dated
Yes.
to mention Murphy Brown. Just like mentioning Dan Quayle is too, right? Yeah. Just a little footnote in history. No, just think about, by the way, with these aliens and the way that they are, the way that their anatomy works, they don't have lips that move. So, David, as you read this character, just so you know, you're not allowed to have your lips touch.
They could touch, but yeah, but they
no, it's all just talking like this. Just the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't say the letters M or B. Yeah, it's hard.
Can these Cretans do nothing right? We are the conquest. Defeat, especially at the hands of such a primitive species, is intolerable.
You don't have to indulge me, but I'm just joking around. When you see this profile, you know that it doesn't have lips. But surprisingly, even though they don't have lips, they're the most unbelievably luscious kissers. I mean, wow. I have a weekend I can tell you about. 1989. It was incredible. Never forgotten.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Nevertheless, fearless leader, victory does seem to be eluding our grasp.
The primitives refuse even to acknowledge our ultimatum. Then I guess that wasn't him, but whatever. Then we have no alternative. We must detonate the gene bomb immediately.
But sir, would this not mean sacrificing our forces currently deployed on the planetary surface?
They knew the risk when they enlisted. We cannot have conquest without casualties. Besides, what other purpose does Cannon Father serve than to be gratuitously sacrificed?
Meanwhile, on the Sydney streets...
How could things have gone so wrong? This orb seems so ripe for the looting.
Strike Force Commander, behold!
Huh?
I guess that's the same guy?
Yeah.
At least, Strike Force Commander, we have found our missing cadres.
I'm so glad. Summon the Hades Horde while I determined who here is to be slaughtered. What? The cute Dyracs are dancing with the male, but they hate men, or at least that's what they told me when I asked them to.
They said they were washing their hair.
Yeah, impossible. I'm dreaming. No, I'm mad. It's gotta be it. Something in the atmosphere saps our warrior will. What is this? Some game of chance?
Stud.
Pair.
It's to you.
Check the razor.
Number 20.
King high.
Trigon flush.
Next deal.
See? Call. Hold.
My lord Otark. This is the grossest dereliction of duty.
I raise.
Strike Force Commander, are you
furious? However did you guess? Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
This is no place for an argument or a fight. How about we take things outside? I thought they were outside. No, they're inside, I guess. Where we can settle them properly. Eminently sensible. Deal with their champion. Come back and have the rest for dessert. Yum.
The bed is to
Interesting.
you, Arthur.
Raise.
Tovarish, perhaps you should borrow some of Longshot's luck.
Perhaps, Rasputin, you should shut up. This is poker. Got nothing to do with luck. It's a game of skill. And that skill is pure psychology.
With this last card, I have him. I show 3 kings with a pair of 6s hidden, a full house against a pair of 2s.
How about we make this game really interesting?
I have no more money.
I bet my life. You win, you kill me. I win.
Is he suicidal? Such a bet with a pair of 2s? But is that all he has? What's hidden in his hand? I suppose I should win, but suppose I don't. Honor demands I pay in full. I'll be disgraced if I renege. I don't want to die. I'm the leader of my people. They need me. There's no shame in an honorable retreat in the face of superior forces. Discretion is, after all, the better part of valor. But I don't want to lose.
Bets to you, bub. Play or fold. Before we turn, go back. Like all this black background is, I think the kid's run out of time. Like he's trying to meet this deadline, and there are no more backgrounds. Like
Right. They're
maybe
just
black it out and keep going. Maybe is that? I mean, David, what do you think?
I think that because of all the hullabaloo, the power has gone out.
Fair.
And this is to show that they're indoors. Because outside it was all purple, see?
Right.
But indoors it's all black because the light isn't getting in. And the colorist just didn't know what was going on. Because like Havoc does emerge from the shadow.
Yeah,
on
he
the previous
definitely
page.
right.
So it is meant to be quite dark in this room.
Where's that light
Okay.
coming from?
Maybe like that idea of a focus around that table, like one light is still going because they have to be able to see.
Yeah, there's a spotlight on the table.
Okay.
Sure, and there is like a little halo around them at times too. Interesting choices, like story-wise, that this Superman guy is not in the rest of the comic pretty much until now.
And he's
But he's the leader of the people. Like,
yeah.
I think if we had seen this guy, at the beginning presenting himself as the leader of the people, not just Arthur Adams Superman from that annual #1 of Action Comics, but a version of him with a lot of bravado and his chest pumped early on, and then like seeing Wolverine take him down at the end through a game of will. It makes a better story, but Claremont didn't do that.
Even stranger, this is clearly Superman, but we saw Clark Kent at the news desk 2 pages ago.
Yeah.
To do 2 analogs of the same character in the same issue, it
is a strange choice.
Also, the no eyes on Wolverine that last panel.
He hasn't had eyes almost the whole issue.
It's all eyebrow hair. His whole
Yeah.
eyes are eyebrow hair.
Like
He
the one
brushes
where
it
he
from
does have
down.
eyes, it really stands out as being like a way more engaging panel because we're like staring into him and you
Totally.
get something back. Yeah. Who played Ram Man again? Was it you, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the 3rd instance of Wolverine having eyeballs in this issue.
Sure. You will learn to your eternal horror the folly of challenging the conquest. What did you say? It's gas. Sorry. Just with me at your peril. We possess weapons of such terrible power as to beggar your pathetic imagination. Do tell.
Strike Force Commander! Fearless leader is lifting off the command vessel. He means to drop the G-bomb.
Gene? Nah, couldn't be. Traitor! Hades horde. Blast them from the sky. Yeah, you fellas call those blasters? Those aren't blasters. This is a blaster.
I mean,
That's not a blaster, that's a spoon.
That's the Crocodile Dundee joke. Like, holy smokes.
Now, what's all this about a conquest?
So weren't they in Sydney?
Yes.
Okay, so where are they now?
Not in Sydney.
I think they're on the moon.
Well, no, that's like a blast crater. What the? I don't know.
Come on, they're on the moon.
Now
I
they're
don't
on
know.
Oh my gosh.
He's an interesting man, Rob Liefeld.
He is. And so, with some moderate ado,
Jeez.
sometime later, back home, I don't know.
I think this is.
I think it might be a long shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh no, it's not. It's,
I think it's Havoc.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I suggested that maybe they didn't want to make us mad because there's a lot more where we came from, and lots meaner too. And he believed.
Hey, Mr. Muscles folded against a pair of deuces.
That I do not believe.
Psychology, Peter. The pot simply got higher than he was prepared to risk.
But you...
I'm crazy. I don't know, man. I'm just crazy. I'm crazy.
Crazy, man.
Hey, boss, Rogue Dazzler. It would appear...
Uh-oh.
You gentlemen had yourselves a grand old time.
Think fast, bub. Talk faster.
Darling, it was the best.
What?
Nice. Are you crazy? Works for me, darling. Yo, Alex, got a notion for a road trip? I know this place in Mexico. Rowdiest cantina in the Gulf of California. We'll see who drinks who under the table. That man. Those men.
I'm at a loss.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Epilogue. I'm going to stay out of this one and let you guys handle it. Because one of these guys is Cutler, remember?
I think so.
Oh,
Do you remember? Epilogue. Another day, winter instead of summer on this side of the world in the Cumberland Highlands of Kentucky.
the entire installation's been destroyed, ma'am. Staff's been wiped out.
I have eyes, Mr. Lewis.
Oh, that wasn't Cutler. No sign of the prisoners either, Miss Tessa.
Hardly a surprise, since it's logical to assume all this was done to set Donald Pierce free.
Should we alert the Lord's Cardinal that the deposed White King has escaped?
This is Shaw Industries property, Mr. Lewis, and Sebastian Shaw is no longer one of the Lord's Cardinal. This is none of their business or anyone else's. If Mr. Pierce or his heirlings wish to have dealings with them, I've no doubt he'll make those intentions as plain as he did here. Heaven help them.
Next, the Day of Other Lights.
Next, what happened to Longshot with those winged ladies?
They all got a case of, One of the really funny things about this panel, second panel from the top on this this page 31.
Bloody one.
So, yeah, all the dripping ketchup is, that's intense.
Right.
The crazy, like, Steranko perspective on that, it reminds me a lot of him. Like, this one guy's hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
But the one guy where it says, I have eyes, Mr. Lewis. So at this point in time, Marvel is doing paste up lettering. Okay. All their lettering is paste up. So is it that there is a bloody stump under the I have eyes, Mr. Lewis, and the guy's head is on the ground by his left foot?
Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy that Liefeld drew this. Like a full-on decapitated head and a bloody stump. Ketchup everywhere.
Well, if that is the way the winds are blowing, let it not be said that I do not also blow. It's going to get worse. The 90s are coming.
Oh, the 90s are
Or it gets
definitely
better.
I like these guns, like these different guns, where one of the guys is, holding it in two hands, and every party, like each next segment is like higher up than the one that came before.
Yeah.
It's like do, and then the one on Tessa's right hand side, like her right,
Yeah.
the tip of that gun is
It's curving downward.
It's really, it's curving, the curvature.
The guy on the far right, it's only a trick of like the way his hand is tilted, but it looks like he's bending his gun.
Yeah, or he's like put his palm over the barrel.
Yes. But I hate to draw guns, so I admire that Liefeld just says no.
I also do not enjoy drawing guns, except for a couple times where like a revolver turned out okay, but it's rare. Yeah, that is a crazy, crazy issue. Now, we've set it up like talking about how a lot of this issue is crazy because of Liefeld, but a lot of it's just that script is nuts.
Oh, I don't think you can pin it on Liefeld. I think
no.
I think he's doing whatever he's doing, but like the script itself, the story is just all over the place.
The only way you can blame the story or the general quality of this issue on Liefeld is if his prompt was as loose as the X-Men men go out and there's trouble with aliens. And that's all he got. That's the only way, because this is just what is it?
It's a bad issue of X-Men is what it is. I do find like the parts that are funny I enjoyed, and I like the premise of it, of that this huge alien armada is coming and they're going to eventually get down to an invasion and a card game of Wolverine against their best guy, and that somehow settles everything, whether it's like side battles going on that are and the aliens are buffoons, and we're not ever worrying about their real role in the larger cosmos. Like it shouldn't be an issue. They're aliens that like bumble their way to conquest. I'm all for like that kind of thing where that's what happens. The execution is so bad from Claremont and company that not even a young punk rock artist can save them. Yeah.
A little thing that like just if that wasn't Superman at the card game in the end, if it was the leader alien. And you really saw him sweating over the cards or whatever. Like he was really like this was like the face off of the guy that we've seen from the first big splash and our hero Wolverine, but it's some guy we've never seen before. That could be Liefeld's fault. I don't know.
Right. I wonder if in the script it was just an alien leader and he was thinking like invasion force leader as opposed to the original guy. Yeah, that was really, really weird. That was really weird. Chris, any final thoughts on this issue?
No, I just think, no final aside. I mean, again, it's interesting to see a young, influential artist get on a book and have, David, I think you're right. You talked a little bit about like the energy at the beginning and being a kid and pulling this off the shelf, and you might open that splash page and being like, whoa, I'm into this. But the whole thing is, and again, where's X-Men going? Like this is the thing. Like we went through a few pretty critical arcs. We haven't really read one in a while that we both come away thinking very highly of. So like we still have how many issues of this? Like where hell is this going? I'll also say too, it's interesting that you've got Silvestri on pencils up until this point recently. You've got Liefeld guesting. Lee is in the future. Like, is it just that every image artist creator cut their teeth on X-Men?
Right?
Yes,
no. I mean, we're not going to see
McFarlane.
McFarlane doesn't do X-Men.
What's that?
McFarlane doesn't do X-Men.
No, the most
he does the Wolverine Hulk crossover.
Wolverine Hulk crossover. He does, of course, Wolverine and Beast, I think, guest appear in the adjectiveless Spider-Man. Maybe I might have that partially wrong. At least
Wolverine does. I think Beast
Wolverine
is an Eric Larson issue.
Okay. And there's like a couple covers of Marvel Tales that he draws the X-Men. But okay, Valentino doesn't get on X-Men in any way. Obviously, Whilce Portacio is on X-Men in a big way.
Yeah.
I think he's drawing X Factor for a stretch just before he heads over to Image. So there definitely is a contingent of them where the success on X-Men, the like unprecedented success on X-Men, is directly tied to the start of Image for sure. It's just pretty exciting. Allie has a fun thing she's raised here, or she's asking. She says, "I missed the issue 244. How dare you? 244 episode because I was asleep and I haven't watched it yet, but get from the title you didn't like 244. So how does this compare? Better or worse?" Of course, everyone can have their own taste. I'm just going to say this is much worse because it feels like there isn't cohesion between the team. Whereas 244, it just isn't the comic I wanted, but at least it feels like they're trying something. They're trying like a mall comedy, like it's a romp. It all kind of matches. The ridiculous Ghostbuster Mutant Hunter characters are buffoonish, and like there's a little bit of slapstick from the women running around the mall too. And the makeover montage is there. So there is some cohesion. And it also is Silvestri, who's like been drawing the book for a while. So it's a better issue in my opinion than this one, but it still wasn't for me. Like Jubilee, like Wisecracking Kid is like my kryptonite. I like kids who are, when they're in stories like that, when they're especially parentless and like surviving off their wits. I love when they are sharp observers and quiet and eventually make their way to opening up. But quippy characters often don't make me happy. But that's a bias. Chris, you said something similar?
Yeah, I think just the cohesion actually, it was a cohesive issue in that sense. It was a start to finish story that had something, whether or not the circumstances mattered or not. It was a story. This was a selection of images with some script. 2.5 pages of the winged women going with long shot. What? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
The last issue was more, to use a word related to cohesion, coherent. It was a story, but this was funnier. Nothing to me was very funny in the last issue. I found it to be kind of broad and cringy. Some of the jokes here land. It's fun to see a big bunch of different aliens.
Yeah, that 2-page was like the highlight of the issue, I think.
Maybe he spent most of the time on that 2 pages.
There are times when I think that Liefeld is doing, in the smaller drawings, like the page where the Australian barbecuing family sees the spaceships overhead and the tank drives through downtown. He's doing like a good, not great, but a fun, what do they call it? Like they were Art Adams or Michael Golden on a monthly schedule. Like I think he's hitting those beats. He's getting those enormous figures and the tiny figures in the same panel. Cartoony faces, super expressive. There are pages I find super fun. I think the design on the Cyclops dude who had the big tusks, the huge dude who gets walloped by Colossus, super fun, great panel busting action there. Like I find some of this fun.
Me too.
The story is like, it gives me a nosebleed, but some of it's fun. I think someone should have sat Liefeld down, and like it's clear to me in this issue, it's not that he's like too lazy to do perspective. He fundamentally doesn't know. Like no one's ever shown him a vanishing point. He's never seen a horizon line written down, drawn down on paper. He's just trying to imitate what he's seen other people do.
Right.
And he's there. It works better in some places than others. I can't explain why they're on the moon in the end, but
it feels also, I mean, maybe this is an overall thing for him. It feels like he's learned to draw from comics as opposed to from everything in life. Like learning from watching movies, learning from art books, learning from painters, like from everything you take in life. Like he's just learning from other comics, which is widely discussed as being not a great way to learn to draw.
But
Just
because of that, you get this crazy, like, it's 1989. You've never seen anything published like this before. You're just like, what? And to me, if he wasn't as popular as he was, people would see more appeal in this. They'd see like outsider art kind of appeal in it. Like if this was like some weirdo superhero black and white book from the era, people would be like, oh, this like hidden gem, man. This Rob Liefeld guy was out of his brain. Like, look at all this. Look at these guys. They would be so excited about it. But because he made millions and millions of dollars, you got to hate on him a little bit.
There definitely is like a backlash to his financial success and sales success. But
I mean, if I was there at the time, I would have hated the guy. Like as a peer in the art industry, it would have driven me crazy. But I find it fun. I had cut it out of the Wizard magazine, the Captain America that everybody makes fun of with the huge boobs.
Chest. Yeah.
I had that on my wall next to a pin-up of him and Cable, where their legs are like, their torsos are like this and their legs are like that. And to this day, sometimes when I'm doing like a character design, someone will have to come in and be like, those legs are like 5 miles too long. You're like Rob Liefelding it. And some part of me is like, it looks so cool though, when they're up there on those giant stilts.
David, can you tell us what you're up to next? Or what
I can't.
So I know that I had this from you, that Captain Canuck Summer Special I think you can order it now.
Yes, it's orderable off the website. I think it's like Time in Stores is done, but you can still, they do their own distribution through the website. So that's
does Mike Ruth color you the whole way through?
No, he was supposed to, but then he saw the first couple pages and he was like, "Oh, just flatting this would take me too much time."
So his name on the cover there, like within what is the delineation?
In the print version, it's not.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah. But they sold this cover when they first announced the book at Toronto Comic Con. They sold it as a print. So there's a bunch of like prints out there that say that Mike Ruth was in the book, but he only colored the cover, which I did not draw. Tom Grummett did.
Tom Grummett, yeah. I looked, and there, I wasn't able to like find interior pages.
They didn't do any previews. I should have sent you something. I did some of my better stuff, and I do some of the Image Boys nonsense here and there.
Well, that's good fun. So you're not allowed to say what's coming next.
No, I mean, it's in such early days that I don't like it. If the bottom could fall out yet. We're doing character designs, so.
Well, that's I'm sure. Hopefully, that's enjoyable. You get some, like you said, small torso, giant leg characters.
No, I had to cut the legs short, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Is there any event we can find you at in the near future, or nothing until the spring?
In the spring, I'll be at the Mountain Music Festival. That's March 14th to 18th.
You've been waiting all night to say that.
No. I almost went to New York, but then I didn't because I'm afraid of traveling to the U.S. right now, and I won't do anything till Toronto Comic Con. So we'll see.
Well, hopefully we get to see you there and have a laugh.
Mm-hmm.
That would be good. I'll move through this fast then. So next week is going to be a pre-taped episode, and I'm going to go through just a broad 4 issues of these two guys getting together, going to Mexico. As he called it, I think he said the Gulf of California. So on the other side. They're going to go there, and it's it doesn't really impact, obviously, what anything Claremont is doing, but Walt and Louise are not too far off from like the Claremont world of their understanding of these characters, and it is crazy to see a comic book painted by John J. Muth and Kent Williams, and they do different characters at different times, and it's like a mind melt of a different interpretation. That'll be on next week on Tuesday night, and after that we'll be back with I guess, issue 246, which in my head I've already forgotten. I don't remember which one it is, but it's Silvestri's back.
Is it the one where Rogue is all laid out?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Well,
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Enter the master mold.
Yes, master.
This is what I mean about their covers. Indecipherable guy in the background. Like, what am I even looking at? I don't know.
Well, we'll figure that out in 2 weeks.
Yes.
But that brings us to the end of another episode of Previously in X-Men. I'd like to thank, of course, our guest, David Cutler. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, David. It was wonderful to spend time with you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
It's been too long, Extreme 90s man.
So much fun.
And of course, thank you to my good buddy, writer, Group of 7 Comics, Post Secret Tale, and Peregrines, Fight Students, Fitz-a-Cups, Chris Sanigan.
Thanks, pal.
You can find out more about our comics and upcoming appearances at group7comics.ca and follow us at Group of 7 Comics on social media. Please click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and share if you can. And then share with us your take on this issue. Share with us your love and positivity towards Rob Liefeld comics if you feel so inclined.
Tell us your 3 favorite things about Rob Liefeld's art. No jokes.
No, yeah, definitely no jokes. And of course, you share that in the comment section below. Go dig out your old back issues, your trade paperbacks, your essentials, omnibuses, DVD ROMs, bootlegs, or hop on an app and read along with us next time on Previously in X-Men. David, you want to say the ending?
Stay XE, Rob Liefeld.
Thanks, everybody. Good night, folks.